Dark days are actually coming for Cam Thomas, and he better get his passport ready for the CBA. And I'm talking about the Chinese Basketball Association. Cuáchalo, Captames, Captames. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Bkny Hoops. If you're new to the channel, it's your boy Rashid. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. You guys see the graphics, you see the thumbnail of the show. Dark days are coming for Cam Thomas, and he better get his passport ready. If I was him, I would be at the post office right now and getting that passport ready if he doesn't have one, and start like interviewing for the Chinese teams over there. I mean, they are really truly going to love him. The matchups, against those players in China will definitely favor him more. They're not as tall and long and strong as a lot of the, American players. But listen, I'm going to definitely get my Chinese basketball package, and I definitely will be watching them in China. And he can be like the next Kobe Bryant over there, man. And for me to say that, you think I'm joking around and being like condescending. No, I'm not. I mean, listen, we've seen a lot of players, throughout the 30-something years I've been watching the NBA come and go. Like, nothing is really ever truly guaranteed or anything like that, man. So, let's get into the actual article. This comes from Brooklyn Nets on SI, and there's another one over there. And it basically talks about that there's no trade market for Cam Thomas at all, even for the future. Now, you would say, well, BK is because of the injuries. Well, listen, if Jason Tatum, let's say hypothetically Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, they go out, or let's say Tyrese Halliburton, man. I mean, if the Pacers wanted to trade Tyrese Halliburton right now, currently injured, I mean, there'll be a lot of teams looking to actually get him. We saw the same thing with Kevin Durant when he was injured. The Brooklyn Nets signed him, on an Achilles tear. So it's not the injuries. It's just what value does he actually really bring to a team other than scoring? And let's talk about the scoring over here, because I watched the Phoenix games, and I keep telling you guys this. I don't know, it just goes over a lot of people's heads that the referees, if they're not giving him the actual whistles, like when he drives the basketball, he flops his head back and initiates contact. Nobody's like really fouling him, but he throws his body into you and looks to initiate contact. I mean, that's the only way he could really score. And then what happens there is that, like the bigger, physical, longer guys just really can't be that aggressive with him on defense, man. I mean, basketball is a limited contact sport. So there is contact in basketball, man, limitedly. They can't throw Cam Thomas out of the air or anything like that, but being able to a little push, little hand check or something like that, quick hand check. That should be allowed, and is allowed in other leagues, in high school and college and FIBA, and you look at the one-on-one space with Borders Life and off the dribble. I mean, it's allowed there, And without those calls, Cam Thomas just really doesn't have the physicality to really explode through the contact and actually finish, man. I mean, strength is actually everything. So if he's not hitting his three-point shots, and then you got to look at him on the defensive end, I mean, he's just really rendered useless out there. We've seen that in a couple of the Phoenix game, and I forgot the other game that he played in when he scored 9 or 10 points, and he was just really like a net negative out there, man. So let's actually get into this article here. So right over here, this comes from Brooklyn Nets on SI over here. Nets likely to get an empty trade market for Cam Thomas. And let's get into the actual meat of the article over here. I don't want to go through this whole thing and bore you guys, or just me reading over an article or anything like that. All right, so it says the Nets are expected to gauge the market for Thomas, who rejected a 2-year, $30 million deal with a team option for the second season and 1 year, 9.5. Then this is the mistake that Cam Thomas actually really made, because like I don't know who's actually talking to him or who's representing him, or does he have a bunch of yes men. But I would tell him, man, dude, take that deal. $30 million, you out of your mind. Nothing's ever guaranteed in basketball, man. You can get injured, you can get hurt, even just practicing, man. Just like a fall. I mean, I was coaching the kids and that I coach, and I tripped over one of the kids and fell on my elbow, man. That was just a practice. And I kind of hurt my shoulder for like 3 or 4 days over that. But, we're talking about professional basketball against bigger, stronger guys, man. And the probability for injury is extremely high. And what Cam Thomas was smoking when he turned down this deal, because I thought this was really a huge mistake, and it was a generous offer from Sean Marks. I thought it was a mistake to even offer him that, because no other teams is really going to offer him anything, close to that. All right, so it says there has to be a market for Thomas, and multiple league sources have told the Post that there simply isn't one. This is the same situation Thomas had over the summer, only it's free agency versus the trade market. In the offseason, no one was interested in him due to lack of money, due to pay such a lucrative contract, as well as concerns with his play style. The former first-round pick had to settle for $6 million qualifying offer after rejecting 2 offers from the Nets. And listen, the Nets will try to be nice to him. He can't blame anybody but himself in this situation over here, man. This is all on Cam Thomas, man. Because $30 million, like, he can work on his three-point game. There's a couple of things that he could have worked on to really add, like, look, just like even like watching Michael Porter Jr. play and how he actually scores. And that's the problem with the way Cam Thomas scores, is that, he wants to be a ball stopper. He wants to get the ball in his hands and ISO. And look, Kyrie Irving is just way more skilled than him and efficient than him. And look what happened with him when he tried to lead a team in terms like the Cleveland Cavaliers before LeBron James even got there, man. I mean, it was lottery, He's just not that type of guy, man. There's 6'8" guys, like 6'9" guys that can do what Cam Thomas do. I mean, this is the problem over here when it comes to, like, So it says over here, with Thomas set to hit unrestricted free agency, Brooklyn could simply play out the rest of his contract, whether that be burying him on the bench or giving him opportunities on the court. That is if the Nets can't find a suitor. And I say, listen, play the guy, play him, and so we can lose a lot of games and possibly get a shot at AJ DeBonsta or Cameron Boozer. The jury's still out on Darren Peterson. I'll do a separate video on him, and we're going to compare him and compare his game and see how he measures up to like a Cade Cunningham, a Ant Edwards, a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Can he get to that type of level? I think AJ DeBonsta, it's there already, and same thing with Cameron Boozer. But yeah, man. So Cam Thomas, I'll be watching the Chinese Basketball Association, and it basically talks about his playmaking, his defense, 6'3", the shooting splits. He doesn't contribute to any, really, other areas in the game. This is NBA Central over here. Let me see if it's showing up on screen over here. And it talks about the same thing. This is from Brian Lewis from the New York Post. And this is multiple sources over here, that Thomas, who rejected a 2-year, $30 million deal, and there isn't any type of trade package out there. No one wants him. I was thinking, like, damn, man, how can he, what team? Because he was looking for like $100 million, and I'm like, dude, I mean, are you better than Cade? Are you better than Ant-Man? Or, I mean, he's just not. He's delusional. Like I said, his ego, I mean, and it's great to have an ego. It's great to have confidence when it comes to basketball. But, at some point, you have to be realistic. and just like, and people around him got to stop lying to him, and again, you got, Kobe Bryant, and I get it that he looks up to him and that was his idol, but Kobe Bryant was 6'8". You're not 6'8", dude. You're 6'1", 6'2"-ish, without sneakers. So if it was me, I would get into the lab, and I would study like a Jalen Brunson, like a TJ McConnell or something like that. Look at one of those guys. Learn how to be a point guard, man. Learn how to actually run an offense. And then maybe we'll see you back in the NBA, in a couple of years, man. But yeah, this is a sad day. Dark days are coming for Cam Thomas. Oh man, man, this is sad, man. All right. So definitely like, comment, subscribe, certainly share this stream. And when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.